Welcome in to Capper's Cave. I'm your host, Lorenzo de Costa. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, welcome into another show, Best Bets. We're going to do another 1 week show. Another one show 1 week. So we're going to mix it all together. Last week we did one just due to the holidays. And we gave you a couple good NFL picks on Turkey Day. So you are welcome. And if you haven't listened in, listen in. We're making a lot of good picks. Still staying way above that 55 mark. We had another full week, 57.14. We'll take it. It's profitable. Hell yeah. 62.14 on the year. Again, we're trending downwards in college. I know it gets tough to bet this time of year. Went 1 for 3. Still pro saved us again. 3 for 4. Listen in. A lot happened this past week. A lot happening this week. It's bowl season. Almost playoff season for the NFL. Oh man, Auburn Bama game. What a great pick. What a great game. That was the only one we had. It's probably one of the toughest ones to pick. We had a couple other junk ones, but we'll get you some good stuff. We plan on getting over that 60% mark again. No problem there. Yeah, again, we're going to do just one show this week. We're going to give you all the best bets for college football and as well as NFL. There's not much on the slate for college football this week, so we'll give you the best that we got. We'll recap a little bit. But, again, follow us on Capper's Cave. We'll put up all our picks there at capperscave.com. And we put up our picks. They're going to be for the week, but you don't get the analysis. So please listen into the show. Just like we did last week, if you listen in. A little bit of recap. A little bit of this. A little bit of that. Man, a lot happening. Monday night game the other night. Crazy. I think Russell Wilson really is the real deal. MVP this year. Don't get me wrong. Cousins has done pretty good this year. But he's just no prime time. 0-8 Monday Night Football. Wilson's hot.
That Hansel's so hot right now. So hot right now.
He is. And college football. 6 teams that are going to be pushing it out here. LSU, Ohio State, Clemson, Georgia, Utah, Oklahoma. It's going to be a good weekend. We're going to find out what the college football committee is made of. This is going to be tough. So many scenarios that could happen. You let Georgia in if they lose with 2 losses. They lose to LSU. Do you let Oklahoma in if they win? There's a lot that can go down. And then Clemson's sitting there undefeated but haven't played anybody. But I guarantee if they lose, they're out. But really, are they going to lose to Virginia? Probably not. Spread is a little high, I think, since the pressure is on them. But they're going to want to do some style points, so they could definitely get it in gear. That one is a no bet for us, but we might go over it a little bit. But again, yeah, follow us on Capper's Cave at Cave Cappers on Twitter to get our nightly glitter on Twitter picks. Have we been lacking with those? We have been lacking with those. We need to put them out more. But again, we put up all our picks on the webpage at capperscave.com. Again, listen to the fucking show, man. We got a good one for you today. So we're going to get right into it. Since I'm actually going to be out in Vegas shooting out tomorrow. So I got a couple things to do out there. One of them, what they probably is going to consist of. But yeah, I'm going to be out there a couple days, so I can't do the Friday show. I'm going to do it today. So I know things can change, but we're going to give you our best bets. So look at them early. Some of them you want to jump on early. Some of them, you might want to wait for. But let's first list Friday night game. Number 6 Utah, number 14 Oregon. 6.5 Utah. Over under 47.5. Looks to be a defensive battle. With a Utah win, they're more than likely they could earn a playoff bid as number 4 seed. Now a loss, they're probably out of the playoff discussion. As for the Ducks, their playoff hopes were pretty much drenched a couple weeks ago in Arizona. But Oregon still has a chance at they still have a chance at the Road Bowl. So win secures an automatic bid, while a loss does make things interesting. Utah scoring 35.6 points a game, allowing 11.3 per game. All right, Oregon scoring 35.8 points a game. Pretty similar teams here, allowing 15.8. Utah's average 453 yards per game while allowing 241. And on the other hand, Oregon 452 yards per game while allowing 331. So a little bit of difference there. They do both match up very equally. It's a very equal game, and I'm surprised the spread is so high. But although Oregon does have a lethal passing attack, Utah's only allowed 185 yards per game. Ducks could be without a couple key linemen, freshman defensive, and they also missing the defensive end, center, and both questionable. But I think since suffering a defeat from USC on September 20th, Utah has been one of the most dominant programs during their 8-game winning streak. They've outscored opponents 308-76. I think they're just fucking pumped right now. They're ready to get into this playoff mix. I think they deserve it. But I also want to play into a conspiracy bid theory. Now, the Pac-12, they want somebody in the Final Four game. Do they not? Do you think there's higher up discussions between the Pac-12, the head of the programs? Hey, man, we really need to get in there. We all get money. What are we thinking? Screw Oregon. Now, it does make it look bad. But I like to play in on this theory. Not that it always covers the spread, but I really think Utah's going to win. But I think they can get to the point where it's not going to matter in this game. They have such a daunting defense that it's going to get to a point where, I think it's going to be an easy cover with a 6.5. And those are the ones that scare you up front. You're like, oh, Oregon getting 6.5? Something's up. They know something more than we do, but we still like it. We'll take it. Let's take the Ute. 106.5. For that Friday night special. Big one up. Let's see. App State. UL Lafayette raging fucking Cajuns. App State been dominating all year. Both these teams have been really good. There's a repeat of last year's Sun Belt Conference title game. The Raging Cajuns are 10-2, 7-1 in 7 Sun Belt. They'll go into Boone and face number 25, App State. Mountaineers 11-1, 7-1 in Sun Belt as well. Mountaineers did win last year, 30-19, after winning the regular season game as well, 27-17. App State also, they knocked off the Raging Cajuns this season, 17-7. App hasn't lost to UL the last 7 split. And the last 7. They've won them out, but they've split ATS. Since 2003, App State is 98-18 at Kid Brewer Stadium. And it has not only lost 3 times at home in the past 5 seasons. One of those losses was this year, Georgia Southern. Since that game, however, App State has been incredible, winning the Final 4 games, including a 2015 win over South Carolina in the SEC. 3 of the Final 4 games were road games. And they've won them by an average of 23 points. But we don't like the revenge spot here with 2 teams playing so well ATS as well. Playing very similar. Both teams, again, great against the spread. And those numbers can be thrown out the window. Picking championship games in which 2 teams have already played each other is a very tricky spot. The line is also jumping all over the fucking place. In the early this week, so depending on where you get it and what's the best place to bet it, we're kind of staying away from this. App State might need more than a touchdown to cover. Not saying that won't happen. But it also doesn't make a lot of sense to risk on Louisiana. I mean, they've been getting, every time they play them, they've been getting closer and closer and closer each time out. So this will be a battle. So what does make sense? Well, take the under. The total for this game is getting too high. It got up to, it's 56.5. These two teams combined for 24 points earlier this season. Only went to 49 in the Sun Belt Championship last year and 44 in the regular season in 18. In fact, only one of their 7 meetings have gone over 56.5 points. One. And that was the 63-14 game in 2017. These teams are defensive first, and they'll want to establish that ground game, which takes times off the clock. Might not be a 17-7 game again, but I think the under is going to be well under 56.5, so we'll take it. I mean, look, under's 4-0 in the Raging Cajuns' last 4 games following an ATS loss. It went 4-0 in the Cajuns' last game after allowing more than 450 yards. Under 6-1 in the last 7 meetings. Under 6-1 in Raging Cajuns' last 7 games overall. I mean, the trends say it, we like it. Probably going to be a close game, but it's going to be defensive minded. Next up on the slate here, what's on? Man, a lot of good games. Baylor versus Oklahoma, number 9 versus number 7. Oklahoma's hit by 9.5. In order for a Big 12 team to make it to the playoffs, LSU does need to beat Georgia in the SEC championship game. Oregon probably needs to beat Utah in the Pac-12 as well. And given that the Utes, well, I don't know. You guys would think at this point, is Bama pissed he got rid of Jalen right now? I mean, look where Bama's sitting. They're out. They're on the outside looking in. They ain't fucking getting in. Sorry, Saban. He's got to be mad. He left. He made Hurts leave, and look at Hurts about to get in if they win. Which, we do think they're going to win, but we don't see much value in this game. The Big 12 championship game at Jerry World will be a rematch of a heartbreaking home loss for the Bears. It was less than a month ago when Baylor blew a 31-10 halftime lead to Oklahoma. They were up 31-10 halftime, eventually falling 34-31. At that point, they were 1 ranked spot ahead of Oklahoma, 3 spots, ahead of Baylor after week 13. A little lopsided with over 200 yards difference in a close loss. Okay, with Riley knowing how to win these games, Oklahoma's coach, and knows how to get in the CFP playoffs. And Baylor off a close revenge. Not much value here. Small lead on Oklahoma, but we don't like this one. So that'd be a no-go. Unless we get Baylor, if we can get double digits, I wouldn't mind jumping on Baylor. Next up, Miami, Ohio at Central Michigan. Ooh, some action. But just a key note here, Gabbert, quarterback for Miami of Ohio, is questionable. Will be all over CMU if he's out. But the line will move in accordance. So you can take that early risk thinking that he'll be out. I mean, it might be worth it. But the way Central Michigan has been playing, they've been playing pretty dominant. Miami over the last 4 games have as well too. So again, if they're missing a quarterback, easy play to double-digit win. Cincinnati at Memphis. This is another good one. This is a good one we want to watch. I mean, this is pretty much offense versus defense. Something's got to give. No thanks. No bet for us. Another good one on the slate. We talked about it earlier. Virginia Clemson. Minus 28 and a freaking half. That's another conspiracy game. ACC. Virginia was one of our sleepers beginning of the year. They're playing better. But with Clemson needing victory to secure a bid, playing hard, Dabo's complaining, need 30 wins, blah, blah, blah. This could get messy. Small lean on Virginia with the pressure on Dabo. And this should be the toughest test for him of the year. But I don't like the value here, man. This could be another conspiracy. ACC wants somebody in the final game. They want somebody in the playoffs. Why? It's money, money, money. Always. What's the answer to 9 out of 10 fucking questions here in America? It's money. It always is. Always is. Ask yourself any fucking question. Money involved in it. Always. But, yeah, so that's it. There's a lot of other good games out there. What is the Ohio State, Wisconsin? OU should crush it. Playing knowing that they're probably in with a loss. I just don't like this setup. Revenge from an ass-kicking. Speaking of what, sorry, you Michigan fans. Ouch, what a beatdown that was. Whew, that was great. Is Harbaugh really, is he going to be out? It's hard to say. I mean, he has done a better job than the last two coaches as far as percentage-wise, winning games. Just not winning the big one. And he has been getting better. So I don't know if they end up getting rid of him. I mean, he's a great coach. He's succeeded in the NFL. Maybe, he should go back there. Should get a spot on that Ravens team with little bro. We'll see. Man, what a beatdown. I don't think anybody can stop Ohio State at this point. Again, I'm not just saying that being a fan. I haven't seen them play like this in years on both sides of the ball. It's not a close game. The only reason Penn State's was because of 3 turnovers in the red zone. So, but we're going to lay off it. -16 isn't that much, but, Wisconsin would probably love to take one and get themselves a good bowl game. But, again, it's so easy to play with no pressure on you. You just play freely if you're Ohio State. I really don't think they got anything to lose, but they do want to secure. If you can secure a number 1 spot, all they got to do is win. Don't even have to be by much. If you beat Wisconsin bowl game or championship game, yeah, number 1 bid. All right, let's see if we can get over to some NFL. So, yeah, really like a couple games this week, under 56.5 for the App State game, and then the Friday night game. Utes -6.5. Again, we're kind of trending. We always got to keep going with it. You got to move that trend. But we place a little bit less money on the stuff you're not getting high percentages in, and you put more towards the NFL. So we probably got more NFL picks for you since we're riding this time of year. I love this time of year before playoffs. Such meaningful games. It's fucking great. Good action. We like it. First up on the board here for the NFL, what do we got? Dallas at Chicago. I mean, this should be an easy pick with Dallas. I mean, buy it before it rises, I think. I mean, they're still at the top of the division, 6-6, after Turkey Day event, which was great. Both these teams played on Turkey Day. They get a week. Still same, pressure's still on for both these teams. They still have one of the best, Dallas has still one of the best offenses in the league. The Bears. Yeah, they struggled against the third-string Lions quarterback. Covering just one spread since September 23rd. That doesn't entice a lot of people to put their dough on the Bears at this point. Does it? No. You have an offense that sometimes produces very minimal. They stink through the air. Ground game isn't any better. And you have a defense, well, still effective, has also taken a jump backwards. We're going with the Cowboys here. Both teams are pretty even defensively, but Dallas offense gives them a better chance to win. Everybody liked to talk about how bad they were last game, but they were playing one of the best defenses in the league. Had to play, two of the top defenses in the league over the past couple weeks. So you may say their offense is, struggling, but, they have an excuse. I think Dallas -3 is a good time for them to get back up, get to 7-6. If you have a winning record, I don't even know if the winner of the NFC East is going to have a winning record at the end of it. They might not. That's bullshit. Can we change that somehow? I mean, I like the divisional rivalries, but can we change that? You know, when you got a 10-6 team wanting to get in the playoffs and fucking 7-9 Dallas gets in, some horse shit. That's the way it is. We'll work with it. Chalk it up. Dallas -3. San Francisco at New Orleans. New Orleans -2.5. These Saints, Niners, face off. Big time showdown on Saturday. Yeah, Saturday games are coming up. The loser of this probably being eliminated from having a chance at the home field advantage throughout the playoffs. So big game, Super Bowl to them. Tough for San Francisco after that loss at Ravens, and now they have to travel to New Orleans. They've been battle tested. They've had to play a tough schedule, and as good as they are, I'm not saying they're not bad. Drew Brees, since coming back from injury, he's played at a solid level, but there's clearly something going on, right? Something's bothering him, or maybe his age finally catching up to his old ass. He can't be like Tom Brady. Nobody can be like Tom Brady. Although he's pretty close. I mean, the last game against the Falcons, he only threw for 184 yards and a touchdown. The job isn't getting any easier against the 49ers defense, as they're only giving up 134.2 passing yards. It's first in the league. He's going to have problems moving the ball through the air, and will probably finish with fewer than 200 yards, which would say a lot. I mean, San Francisco's battle tested, but more pressure with the playoffs looming at home. Tough road win. I think the market's right, but we don't see any value in this. You know, I want to say San Francisco, but we don't know which team's going to be able to show up. You know, it's tough traveling. It's tough coming off a tough loss. This could be a close one, but with Breeze, you don't know what to expect yet. Maybe he comes back in full force. But if he plays anyway, like the last two games, we don't want to fucking take him. Let's move on. Cincinnati, Cleveland. I think everybody thought that this was going to be a meaningful game for Cleveland, not Cincinnati. We probably all knew that they were going to blow dicks this year. But Cleveland, what a shit show. Kitchens in that fucking shirt. Pitt started it. You deserve to lose. Childish. You suck as a coach. Your team's good on paper, but they suck. You ask yourself, Kitchens, would Belichick do that? Would Andy Reid do that? Would Tomlin do that? Get the fuck out of the league. You're a new head coach. You're horrible at it. You're basically condoning assault with a weapon, and you think it's funny. I don't know. Browns think they have hope. Just lost to Pittsburgh. Mr. Duck Hodges. No Connor. No Juju. No center. What the fuck? I wouldn't be surprised if the Bengals, off first win, beat you. Again, we're not messing with it. I never know what to expect with a lackluster coach team. Just horrible. Detroit, Minnesota. Minnesota -13. Detroit kept the turkey game close, as they always do. But no way, even off a long week and Minnie off a short week, they go into Minnie with fucking David blow me blah, 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 and take a pissed off Minnesota team at home who hasn't lost there this year. I mean, Detroit's banged up with their D-backs. Minnie's just better all around. I mean, time to pick up the pieces. I mean, everybody knows. They're good. And what's his name doesn't do good in prime time. That's just what happened. Vikings are 4-0 in their last 4 games after allowing more than 30 points. Favorites 4-0 in their last 4 meetings. These are some large numbers. This is a large number. You know what? We'll take that and eat that shit.
You're in big trouble, though, pal. I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast.
We will. -13. Let's take it. Let's take it -13. Small research, but when you see so much value, right off the bat, you gotta take it. Hey, Detroit. Again, they kept it close, but that's not going to happen with a defense like this. And Minnesota may have got exposed, but it was Russell Wilson. The guy just makes plays on third downs. When you normally stop a team on third and longs, their percentages are usually low. Seattle, on the other hand, they're up there. It's one of the best. When you got a quarterback like that can make plays on those downs that you need it, it's tough to win, and the points are going to show up. But really, all around, I mean, Minnesota's a great defense. They're going to have no problems at all with the Detroit team. Next up, Baltimore at Buffalo. Buffalo's been good bets for us all year. I mean, let's circle the wagons here again. I know what you're all going to say. Baltimore and this Lamar guy, great. I get it. He is awesome. We're not saying that they're going to not win the game. Buffalo is off a nice primetime win. Looked great, both sides of the ball. Really rolling right now. Baltimore off a tight win against San Francisco. And now have to go into Buffalo. I mean, Buffalo is feeling no pressure right now in the division at all. And the Pats are trending downward to their home, their home field playoffs. They're looking pretty good. Bills still quietly winning, and nobody's talking about them. It was all about how bad Dallas was. Well, Dallas this, Dallas that. But if you watch the game, Buffalo freaking controlled the whole game and dominated it with good call. It wasn't the play calls. It wasn't the poor play of Dak. It was just Bills played great. Remember, Ravens lost to the Browns. Kept it close with the Steelers. Went to OT. Close with Cincinnati in their first game against each other. It's going to be cold, rainy. At this point, the coach might want to be careful with his precious little gem, Lamar. I think they take a step back here, keep this game close. Not easy to win in Buffalo. Buffalo's 8-3 ATS this year. Ravens 6-6. Not a big moneymaker. Markets expect lots and lots of money on the Ravens. It's attractive. Give me the dog at home. Buffalo +6. Probably move up. See if we got old Locksmith and Ricky on the show this week. Got them. We missed them last week due to some turkey days for everybody. But we always like hearing from them. So let me see if I can get them on. See if they got any picks for us. Yeah, see if we can get him in.
Take your bet, you're gonna
Locksmith Larry. Larry the Locksmith. Get up. Yeah, man, I'm here. Good, man. How's it going? How was your Thanksgiving? Yeah, man, it was great, man. We had some fried turkeys, fried dumplings. Just fried up everything and drank my fucking face off, man. Great. That's what we like to hear. I'm glad you did. We did as well. So, are you liking anybody this week? Are you going to be our SEC extraordinaire this week, or where are you going to? I know there's not much on the slate. Yeah, man, I don't like going against this. It gets tough this time of season with the college football. I just rather root for my dogs, man. I hope they get in. But I tell you what, I'm going to go up to them Boston butt sniffers and take the Chiefs to stuff it up their ass, man. So you like KC +3? Yeah, man, them Pats are looking uglier and uglier, but they act like they've been shitting in high cotton, man. There's no way they keep up with them Chiefs. Hey, we like this as well. It's a battle of the AFC division leaders right now. A rematch of last season's AFC championship game. That's right. And they come up to New England. Chiefs are on the road. They travel to face, in a Sunday afternoon game, right? Yeah. KC off a 40-9, ass beating of Oakland on the road. New England was dumped 28-22 on the road by Houston Sunday Night Football. So coming off a loss, and Patriots have lost 2 of 4 now. And, they've struggled, and they even showed struggling on the defensive side of the ball, against Houston. They allowed 28 points without forcing a turnover, and that's rare for them. So showing signs of weaknesses. They've also struggled on the offensive side of the ball. And we all know that. We've been talking about that here for a while now. And usually the defense has been able to pick them up. It is one of the top in the country. But yet, now I think they're having a tougher task with explosive KC. They're not going to be able to keep up with him. Mr. Patty Mahomes. He's going to be prepared for this one. A little revenge. I like this. The Chiefs have weapons to surround Mahomes, and I think this game comes down the wire with maybe a game-winning field goal or something. I also think it could be an ass kicking. That would be great to see. That'd be great. Yeah. So you're liking them? Yeah, man. But I do respect that Brady guy, man. I did get to run into him. I ran into him one day. No, I did not know that. Yeah, man, no lie. The first thing I said to him? Nope, I don't. I hope you tell me the story here. I mean, what'd you say to him? Hi, Mr. Brady? I mean, what was it? No, man, I asked him for his semen. What? This for what? No lie, man, I'm telling the truth here. He didn't seem that surprised, though. I thought he might just, whip it out and do it. But no, seriously, though, on a serious note, how great would that be to have his semen, man? I'd bring that shit home, toss it at my wife, have me a little TB, man. Wow, that's some crazy shit. That's a crazy thought. But, I guess that would be great. Yeah, man, it could probably be done with the, modern advances in technology these days, man. They might be able to do it. Man, you could be right. Man, it's just always great to have you, Locksmith. You always got some good point of view. Wouldn't that be great if you could fuse, like, his and LeBron James semen? Yeah, now we're talking retirement plan. How great would that be, man? That'd be pretty great. I mean, I hope your kids don't listen to this show, do they? Don't you think they'd be offended or anything? Oh, fuck, they don't care, man. They don't give a shit about me. Yeah, well, so, back to football a little bit. Not that we were that far off of football, but just, I guess we were talking about players and having their kids. But, so your dogs, man, they're going to do it this week. Hell yes, man, we're going to make it, even if we lose. Well, I admire your, I don't even know what I could call that. I guess it's just stupidity. I'm sorry, Locksmith. You guys are not going to get in there with 2 losses, even though it's LSU. I don't think so, man, but we ain't going to lose. We can beat that Burrow guy. I'm out. Go Dogs. All right, well, you had it right there.
The boss said, my name's Johnny, and it might be a sin, but I'll take your bet you're going to regret, because I'm the best as ever been. Johnny, you're awesome.
We got next up on it here. So we're picking the Chiefs plus 3. We got Ricky's pick coming up here in a minute. Ricky, you there, brother? Yeah, I'm here, man. Feel good, man. So, how you been? Been a couple weeks. Haven't heard from you. Yeah, man, I've been good, man. Had a good Thanksgiving. How about you? Yeah, we did good here. So yeah, what do you think, man? Is that guy for fucking real that you bring on this show? You never know with the Locksmith. You never know with that guy and what you're gonna get. Jesus fucking Christ, this guy's got a lot of fucking balls, man. So, where are you going this week? I'm guessing it's an NFL. Yeah, fuck yeah, man. Best game this week that I got. I don't know how these fucking Hawks are only minus 1 point to LA Rams. Talk about Super Bowl fucking hangover. These fucking guys didn't even deserve to go there. Now they probably play the best fucking team in the league. Big fucking deal. You blew out AZ. Fuck you. You ain't nothing. Mr. Russell Wilson, MVP, gonna show you how to play football. So yeah, we like this too. We do. Seattle's -1. I mean, can we really look at the play of LA last week against AZ? Yeah, I mean, they played in dominant fashion, but we playing for one of the worst defenses in the league. This was a good comeback, to get back on track victory for them. But now you're gonna go face a tough team like Seattle. You're not gonna win the last final minutes of that game. It's gonna be a close game, but you're not gonna win in the last final minutes. They haven't been doing it. They haven't been doing it all year. They don't know how to win in the final minutes, or else they'd have more fucking wins. They haven't. Every game of theirs has been somewhat close, except for last week's. But they just don't have the mentality. They don't have the talent, I guess. The coach, I don't know. It was a real Super Bowl hangover, one that you didn't even deserve to be there. You're right, Ricky. And they showed up. And what'd they get? 3 points? One of the worst Super Bowls I watched in history. Watch another one by Tom Brady. So we'll put it on the board for you, Ricky. We like it too. We like Seattle -1. Ricky, thanks for coming in, man.
Yeah, no problem.
Well, you heard it. Locksmith's got his lock in. Ricky's from the Bronx has got his in. There's a couple, what are the games? There's a lot of scary games out there this week in the NFL. You can go on the theories of, look at the Carolina game, Atlanta, sitting at -3 at Atlanta. They just lost to them a couple weeks ago. Now they're missing their coach. Ron Riverboat Rivera is fired. He'll be somewhere else. You can count on that. But yeah, how does the team respond? A lot of times you find this as a positive reaction. Sometimes teams respond in a positive manner and kick the shit out of them. And you got lowly Atlanta, revenge sitting already there. I mean, small lean on Carolina as of right now. They are a good team. But when you lose to a team like Washington at home, excuse me, you can't do that. It was bad play call in the last 2 weeks. They've lost on the goal line. They couldn't run a first and fucking goal line and not punch it in with one of the best running backs in the league. Maybe he's not your he's your ground and pound guy, but maybe he's not your goal line guy. I don't know. Mix it up. But 2 weeks in a row you lost games because you couldn't score on first and goal from the 1 yard line. I'd probably fire you, Ron. I'm sorry.
Fired. I beg your pardon? Fired. But I
feel bad for the guy. A lot of times, you stake your claim in these cities when you've been here for so long. You're such a meaningful part of it. And, now he's going to be looking for a job. Who knows? They've sent everybody up to Buffalo. Buffalo might pick him up. Not as a head coach, but maybe as a defensive coordinator. It wouldn't be so bad. But why would you mess with what Buffalo's got going on right now? Anyways, we got another close game here. Indy at Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay -3. Again, we've loved Tampa these last couple of weeks, but now the points are minus to them. I liked them when they were plus points. But now they're the favorite. Don't like you so much. Again, another small lean. We'll see if anything changes on Indy. They're still a good team. Tough loss last week. Tampa's just so fucking inconsistent, but they've been good the last couple of weeks. Playing good both sides of the ball. And this is why the odds makers have put them up there. They feel the markets, they're going to be heavy on Tampa right now. Giving them -3. And they're 0-4 at home. So they're going to battle. They're at 5-7. They still think they got a chance. Another shit game. What is this game? Miami and New York Giants or Jets. Either New York team. We're gonna let one loose there. Talk some shit out of our ass. 3-9 versus 4-8. Miami looked great last week. Phenomenal. Super Bowl team. Really. Again, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, these athletes are going to perform and come out. But I just thought at this point, why aren't you guys looking for a good draft pick? Now you're winning games. Let's slow down a bit. And the Jets look horrible, so inconsistent. Coming from the last week where they played so well, Darnold plays so well, and then they come in and they lose to a shit team. Miami getting 5.5 points. There's another one. Why so high? Is Miami finally taking a step back? What is it that we don't know in this game? I wouldn't trust that. Might be a teaser. It'd probably be a close game, but still, you don't know who to pick. Both these teams can come out playing dominant, and then the other side of that dominance is just a complete fall off. It's a complete opposite. It's not like just somewhat consistent, keeping games close. They play a little bad here, they play a little bad there. No, it's just either all or nothing with these two teams. Well, more so on the Jets. Miami has been consistent, keeping games close. Houston, Denver, off a big win. Houston, it's a lot of points to swallow with a good defensive Denver team. But we've seen who Denver is. Nothing special. Houston's fired up. But don't let that get to your head. When you beat old Brady, it sometimes could put you down the next game. Green Bay, Washington. Was this one on our board? Why wouldn't we put this one on our board? Yeah, Washington off a win? Oh, they're bound to struggle in Green Bay. Bound to struggle. 13 points. We should put that on our board. Put that on our board. Green Bay, minus 13. I mean, 5-1 at home, 4-2 ATS. Green Bay ain't going to mess around with this team. No way. They come home. This is one of those games that they're going to go off. Rodgers is going to go off. He's got no competition on the other side of the ball. Minnesota came back, had a nice win in Carolina, but who are you really playing against? And the Panthers are pretty good. Still could have lost that game. Every team's bound to get a win or two. No way they come in here. No, put it on board. Green Bay minus 13. LA at Jacksonville, 4:05 p.m. This is another tough one. Pay attention. Who's in at quarterback? Are they going to start Minshew? They probably will. I don't know what to expect now. Minshew's being considered the number one quarterback now. There's a little more pressure when that comes on. And the Chargers, I don't know what the hell they're doing. They got the team. Is Rivers done? I don't think he's done playing, but I think he's done this year. He'll retire. Pittsburgh, Arizona. Man, this is another game. I don't know expect from Pittsburgh or Arizona. And Pittsburgh's got to go out there. They're probably feeling pretty positive at 7-5 with the type of team they have. But you beat the Browns at home with a revenge spot. I mean, after that literally beating that you guys took. That was as simple. I mean, you can look at years past and say, how many times is the home team going to win the first game in the series and then the second game? I don't know what to take from it. Hodges had a couple good throws. Played average. I mean, if they're getting Juju back, Connor back, yeah, but Arizona, they're up and down too. They keep some games close. I mean, the money's going to be all over Pittsburgh. There's way more fans out there. Tomlin knows how to get it done. It's one we're staying away. We don't see much value. I think that's it. I mean, Giants, Philly, Monday night. We'll see if we have anything on that. Stay tuned for our nightly glitter on Twitter picks. We'll usually post one game. We're slowly getting into college basketball, NBA. We're, a little bit of hockey here and there. But again, we want to most of our concentration, is going to be on the NFL as well as college football right now. Because this is the last week in college football, really. I mean, as far as going to be a lot of games. So, stay tuned. Next week, we'll try to put out 2 shows, do a recap as well as our best bets. And you can find these picks again. If you forget them, they'll be on our webpage at capperscave.com. Look for the free picks page. Also, join us on Twitter at Cappers Cave at Cave Cappers. Cappers Cave at Cave Cappers. Follow us, man. Get our picks in. And shortly, soon to be, I keep saying it, there'll be an app. You'll get all of our picks nightly, up to 4 picks a night. Come mid-basketball season, we're going to be blowing it out of the water. So please, join me. I'm your host, Lorenzo. I'm out.